Welcome to About Mansfield. It is your audio newspaper. I'm Steve Casillo, broadcasting from the SoMark studios, along with the About Mansfield news team. Colleen Daniel, she's out there in Studio West. This is the October 15th, 2025, 293rd edition. Coming up, it's Mansfield News, Talk, and Information.
And a little later in the episode, you will have a chance to win a $25 gift card to a Mansfield restaurant of your choice with our Mansfield Trivia Question, courtesy of Joe Jenkins Insurance.
Let's take a look at the stories we're covering this week. Michael Evans recaps an 8-hour council day in a moment with the mayor.
17 constitutional amendments set for Texas ballot.
Lake Ridge drum major to represent Mansfield in the Macy's parade.
Downtown Mansfield to haunt the block on Thursday.
And in sports, North Texas SC heads west for the first round of the playoffs.
And in the talk segment, Steve talks softball and academics with Legacy High's Hope Gaudio. We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. This is About Mansfield.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool Hand, Cool Hand, Cool Hand, where excellence is still cool.
Looking for a night out that's anything but ordinary? Step into Vault Seafood and Steakhouse, Mansfield's premier upscale dining experience. Savor perfectly aged steaks, fresh seafood, and handcrafted cocktails, all served in a stunning atmosphere. Want more? Enjoy private dining rooms and a cigar lounge for that extra touch of luxury. Vault delivers exceptional flavor in a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Located at Matlock and Country Club, Vault Seafood and Steakhouse. Unforgettable nights. Unmatched taste.
Hi, I'm Darrell Evans of the 1984 World Champion Detroit Tigers, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield. This portion of the news is brought to you by Vault Seafood and Steakhouse. The Mansfield City Council held a regularly scheduled meeting on Monday evening. The following opinions of those of Michael Evans may not necessarily reflect those of the Mansfield City Council. Usually, it's top of the morning. It's now top of the afternoon.
Top of the afternoon to you, sir. Been a good one.
Yeah.
Been a good morning so far.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
City Council, 8-hour meeting on Monday.
We did. We hung out. We were doing the people's business, and it was all good. We've got a lot of great things accomplished, Steve. And you know what? We're still basking in the glow of that new mural that's located at Pond Branch Trail.
Isn't that beautiful? Elm Street and Smith Street. If people go out there and just park at the nearest parking lot, you can't miss it.
Can't miss it. It is fabulous. I think it is you'll see how it combines who we are. In Mansfield, it gives a nod to our past, of course, a wave to our present, and a good look at our future. It's beautiful. So anyway,
together as one. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, let's be together as one. Okay. That's important.
Let's get into the council meeting. You started off with a session with the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Yeah, we had a joint work session with the P&Z, as we call them, really to discuss and receive updates on a couple of important things. The staff reported on the progress on our land use plan, Mansfield 2040. We do have a plan, and we grade ourselves, and right now we're following that to a T. Since we've adopted the plan a couple of years ago, staff has already accomplished so much, and we look forward to continued progress in that regard. We also, during that particular meeting with Planning and Zoning, we discussed our Urban 3 fiscal sustainability and lean development improvements. And what's important regarding working together with our boards, we are able to ensure that city leadership is aligned on the growth and direction of our city, just to make sure that Mansfield continues to be a good place for people to live, work, play, and just to have remarkable experiences.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the zoning change at North Holland.
Yeah, we did. In the regular business meeting, we approved a proposed zoning change to bring a bank and more to the North Holland Road and East Broad Street location. So that'll be coming up soon.
You got information on TAD, the Tarrant
Appraisal District? Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're fine. The Tarrant Appraisal District, not only Tarrant, but Johnson County and Ellis County. So what we decided was, since there are names that have already been offered up for nomination, we took no action. So we're going to wait and actually cast our votes later on in the year when those votes will count, because we really need some good folks on the appraisal district boards. And Steve, to be honest with you, we kind of didn't give it as much weight as we should have over the past few years. And our state legislature has passed a law that says that we have to have appraisals done annually, and right now it's not being done. So we need individuals on those boards who's going to follow the law.
There you go. 9 consent agenda items. Let's do the happy ones. 9
consent agenda items. And here's the one I think that folks will really love.
Yeah.
It includes a $530,000 contract for engineering and landscaping services that are related to Phase 4 of the Walnut Creek Linear Trail System. And keep in mind, way back 3-4 years ago, when we had different bond issues that were on the ballot, this is one of those that did pass.
Oh, so the voters voted this in?
The voters voted this in. So we're just utilizing those dollars in order to complete this work.
There we go. My wife and I love riding our bike on the linear trail, and so this will be when Phase 4 is completed. Yes. We will ride that even further.
Please do, because it's award-winning, one of the best in the country.
There you go. And then a work session regarding downtown.
Yeah, in the afternoon work session, actually what we discussed was our efforts to create a cultural district around historic downtown Mansfield. And this designation is awarded by the Texas Commission on the Arts and recognizes special zones, actually, that harness the power of cultural resources that help to stimulate the economic development and community vitality. You can see that with our community art projects that's coming up and things of that nature, that Mansfield is really getting serious about fine arts, visual arts, and I'm excited about it. I mean, you're part of that in regard to Music Alley and all of those things. So we're going to be doing a whole lot more of that, because guess what, Steve? Mansfield is alive.
And it's going to be alive Thursday night with Haunt the Block.
That's going to be fantastic. Yeah, we're expecting about 5,000-6,000 little ghouls and goblins haunting downtown. And you know what? That is going to be the place to be. So Mansfield, come turn out for what will be a great night of fun.
Michael Evans?
Yes, sir.
Anything else going on city council-wise?
You know what? That's it for now. But I tell you what, I should see you again in a couple of weeks.
You got it. That's a moment with the mayor. And as always, go forth, prosper, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, sir. See you soon.
Election Day, November 4th, is just 3 weeks away, and Texas voters will have the opportunity to decide on 17 proposed constitutional amendments. The measures cover a wide range of issues, from funding for technical colleges and water projects to changes in property taxes and criminal justice procedures. Proposals include new dedicated funds for Texas State Technical College facilities, restrictions on state taxes for capital gains, and rules for denying bail in certain serious felony cases. Other measures would expand property tax exemptions for seniors, disabled residents, surviving spouses of veterans, and businesses, as well as temporarily relieving homeowners of taxes on fire-damaged property. Voters will also consider amendments creating a Dementia Prevention and Research Institute, clarifying that only U.S. citizens can vote, and affirming parents' rights to make decisions about their children. Additional proposals would reform the State Commission on Judicial Conduct and allow border counties to exempt security infrastructure from property taxes. Election officials say the amendments will appear as individual propositions on the ballot, giving voters the option to approve or reject each measure. The results will shape state funding, taxation, and legal policies for years to come. Early voting starts Monday, October 20th, and runs through October 31st. And again, Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th.
She entered on a whim and found out that she is going to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And let's get a little more specific here. With us on the phone is Lakeridge senior Ella Beeson. First of all, Ella, welcome to About Mansfield.
Thank you so much.
I kind of teased it. You're going to the Macy's Parade. Tell the listeners why you're going to the Macy's Parade.
Yeah, so I go to a camp every summer called Smith Walbridge, and it's a drum major camp. The whole camp is basically about building leadership skills and conducting and marching. And the whole time at the camp, the staff are evaluating who's doing well and who's not. And at the end of the camp, you have the opportunity to apply, fill out an application for just about your credentials, why you'd be good for the Macy's Parade. And I applied this year just, thinking, why not? Like, I'm just some Texas kid that just, why, one in a million, why would I be chosen? And I forgot about the application entirely. And then I received an email recently saying that I was selected out of all the applicants.
You are going to be a drum major in the Macy's Parade.
I am, yeah. There's a band, it's like an honor band that's audition-based that people from all over the country apply to be in, called the Great American Marching Band. And that's the band that I'm the drum major of.
Okay, so you've got musicians coming from all over. Describe to the listeners what a drum major does.
Most obviously, a drum major conducts the band. We're the people that keep the time in front of the band for the show. Probably the biggest and the most important role is what we do behind the scenes. We lead the band, we talk to leadership, we organize things, we make sure everyone is on board. There's so much leadership that goes into it kind of behind the scenes that people don't really see, but I think that's probably the biggest thing that we do. We just make sure we lead everyone, motivate everyone, organize everything. Knowing
that the drum majors are also musicians, you play a musical instrument?
I do. I play bassoon.
Bassoons are a little tough in marching band, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. You actually can't march with a bassoon or an oboe. The double reed instruments don't fare well outside at all. So you can't march with them. So when I did march, when I was on the field my freshman and sophomore year, I marched tenor saxophone my freshman year and then bari saxophone my sophomore year. Very heavy instruments. No one believed I was going to be able to do bari sax, but I proved them all wrong. But last year, actually, I had a bassoon solo in the show. So I actually did get to play my bassoon for the marching show, which is pretty rare, but it was a lot of fun. Getting back to the Macy's Parade, have you ever been to New York? My first time going to New York was actually with the band. It was last April. We got to go. It was our band trip. Yeah. I'm really glad I got to go because it was so much fun getting to go with my band. And then I also now kind of know what to expect when I get to the airport and that kind of thing. What's the one thing you're looking forward to in working with the Great American Marching Band? I'm really looking forward to getting to see all the different people, getting to hear different perspectives from different bands. And I'm really looking forward to getting to meet them, but then also representing my band back at home because the Lakeridge Band is so special in so many ways. We have really great opportunities and a really great community. So I'm excited to be able to represent them as well. Only Texan chosen from the whole band, but I do know the other drum majors from Illinois. So I am at least the only Texas drum major this year. I'm fairly certain there's never been another person from MISD. But this is the 99th annual one. So the 99th annual parade. So in 99 years, I'm not 100% certain if there's ever been another one. Is there anything that you would like to conclude with? It's crazy thinking about it in such a wider scope. I do what I do every day as a drum major. I just do what I do because I love it so much. And it's in the past few weeks with the Macy's Parade, it's crazy. My eyes are being opened to like the greater impact that I can have on people in the community. And that's still, I'm still kind of getting used to all that. So I love what I get to do so much. And I'm really glad that I get to represent all of Mansfield. And that's super special.
Well, Ella, congratulations on being chosen for the Great American Marching Band as one of the drum majors. We will be watching on Thanksgiving morning. Congratulations. Thanks for being on About Mansfield.
Thank you so much.
Downtown Mansfield will transform into a Halloween hotspot this Thursday evening from 5 to 8 p.m. for the city's biggest Haunt the Block event yet. Visitors young and young at heart can enjoy trick-or-treating at dozens of stops throughout historic downtown, along with games, music, and prizes on Smith Street, hosted by Visit Mansfield. The Wallace Howell Art House will be open for special evening hours, while Mansfield Parks and Recreation will present its Trail-O-Ween activities, including a haunted inflatable corn maze. The event will also feature the first ever Mansfield mascot race, food trucks, and local dining options for families and visitors. Again, Thursday evening from 5 to 8 p.m. in downtown Mansfield.
Week 7 of Friday Night Lights is in the books. We'll talk about it because sports is next.
Hungry for bold flavor and a good time? Head on over to El Primo's to enjoy sizzling fajitas and their signature blue margarita. Enjoy weekend live entertainment and let the kids run wild with an outdoor play area and arcade. Planning a party? Multiple private rooms are available, including the all-new Parrot's Nest to make your event a success. Food, fun, and flavor for the whole family at El Primo's. Visit elprimos.net and bring your appetite. Located at Matlock and Country Club. El Primo's, where the locals go.
Mansfield Plumbing, Electrical, Heating, and Air is a family-owned local service provider with over 20 years of experience. Servicing Mansfield and surrounding areas, we offer expert plumbing, electrical, heating, and air solutions focused on quality workmanship, customer satisfaction, fair pricing, and guaranteed results for homes and businesses.
Call 817-473-8888. Mansfield Plumbing's never second rate.
In sports, 3 of the 5 MISD football teams came home with a win this past weekend. Legacy topped Boswell 36-30. Mansfield traveled to Crowley, came home with a 28-14 win. Summit down Timberview at Newsom Stadium 39-29. And the big game here, Lake Ridge was defeated by North Crowley 62-17. Let's dig in a little deeper into that game. The Lake Ridge Eagles came out firing on all cylinders Thursday night at Newsom Stadium, jumping out to a quick 10-0 lead over the district rival North Crowley. Quarterback Deshaun Edwards capped the drive with an 11-yard rushing TD after the Eagles capitalized on a Panther turnover deep in their territory. Lake Ridge added a 37-yard field goal early, showing poise and execution in the first quarter, but after that early surge, the momentum shifted dramatically. North Crowley responded with 62 unanswered points, taking full control before halftime and eventually cruising to a 62-17 win. The Lake Ridge Eagles will look to regroup and get back in the win column when they face the Crowley Eagles on Friday night at Crowley ISD Stadium. Taking a look at the district standings, Summit tops the list at 5-1. Lake Ridge drops to 4-2. Legacy and Timberview are now 4-4, while your Mansfield Tigers are at 3-4. This week's games, all games will be played on Friday night this week. Mansfield celebrates homecoming against Legacy at Newsom Stadium. Timberview hosts Burleson at R.L. Anderson. Summit travels to Argyle, and as we mentioned earlier, Lake Ridge travels to Crowley. All games kick off at 7 p.m. Taking a look at the highs and lows around the state, the highest scoring game in the high school football in Week 7, Decatur set a school record with the most points scored in one game and crushed Diamond Hill Jarvis 91-8. The lowest scoring game in the state, just south of San Antonio, Poteet dropped Little, or is it Lytle? 13-0, and the biggest goose egg in the state, it's lopsided in South Texas. Calalin in Corpus Christi drove 2.5 hours to dismantle Valley View 77-0. Valley View is now 1-6 on the season and has been outscored collectively over 7 games, 344-32. In other sports, the reigning MLS Next Pro champions North Texas SC are heading to the playoffs once again. They'll face the Town FC in the Western Conference quarterfinal on Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time at PayPal Park in San Jose. North Texas secured its postseason spot on decision day with a 4-2 win over LAFC2. The club finished sixth in the Western Conference with an 11-11-6 record, marking its second straight playoff appearance and the first under head coach John Gall. The Town FC earned the right to pick their opponent after finishing second in the conference and chose to take on North Texas. The two teams met once earlier this season when North Texas earned a 2-0 victory, this being their first ever postseason meeting. And that, my friends, is a look at sports. This coming Friday, October 17th, is National Pay Back a Friend Day, that magical day when you can finally return that $5 your buddy lent you in 2019. Yeah, you know, that one. It's that perfect excuse to Venmo, PayPal, or just hand over cash and feel like a responsible adult for about 5 seconds. But remember, paying back a friend isn't just about the money. It could also be helping them move, grab a coffee, or finally admitting that you ate their leftover fries. And here's the best part. Even if you act like it's no big deal, secretly they've been waiting for this moment. And on Friday, you get to be the hero. So go ahead, pay up, make good, restore your friendship balance, because nothing says I'm trustworthy like handing back the $5, or maybe buying the coffee too, or just in case they check their browser history. Incidentally, in the event that you owe me money, I accept all major credit cards: Cash App, PayPal, Square, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay, cash, check, gold, or Bitcoin.
Coming up after the break, we turn the page to the features section.
I'm Angel Biasatti, and we're talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a time to highlight the importance of early detection. In Methodist Mansfield News to Know.
Hi, I'm Todd Cleveland, and this week we're going to find out what to know when you're buying a home on Home Services Advice of the Week.
We talk with a local attorney in this week's 40 Under 40.
In this week's Cocktail of the Week, some people say peanut butter and whiskey don't belong together, and those people are wrong. It tastes like what Reese's would serve in their private speakeasy.
We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
This portion of the news was brought to you by El Primo's, where the locals go.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool hand, cool hand, cool hand, where excellence is still cool.
At Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, we've been caring for our home team for over 15 years. Today, you'll find award-winning physicians on the medical staff, advanced neurosurgery, a level 3 trauma center, critical care for newborns, and comprehensive orthopedic care. Methodist Mansfield, delivering the care our friends, neighbors, and home team depend on. That's community, and why so many people trust Methodist.
Congratulations to our latest trivia winner, Kunal Desai, who knew that Mansfield's first librarian was Ida Nichols, having served from 1929 to 1960. When we come back, this week's trivia question. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
Hi, this is Joe Jenkins with Joe Jenkins Farmers Insurance, specializing in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. I was born and raised here in Mansfield, Texas. We're active in the community, and Mansfield's a town we really care about. Our office has over 30 years' experience in the insurance industry, and we're passionate about what we do and about customer service. For a free quote, please visit our website at joejenkinsinsurance.com or give us a call at 817-472-6058. Once again, that website is joejenkinsinsurance.com.
It is time right here, right now for the highly coveted, wildly popular About Mansfield Trivia Question. If you are the first person to email the correct answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com, you will receive a $25 gift card to a Mansfield restaurant of your choice. It's brought to you by Joe Jenkins Insurance. Whether you're looking for homeowners, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, Joe's helped Mansfield area residents understand the insurance coverage that best fit their needs since 2010. You can find him on the internet at joejenkinsinsurance.com. Colleen, it's your turn.
Well, Steve, we all know the name Julian Field, co-founder of the city of Mansfield, pioneer civic leader, Mansfield's first postmaster, and co-founder of a 3-story steam-powered grist mill that was once at the corner of Main and Broad Streets. But here's a question that might need a little digging. Julian T. Field was a member of what fraternal organization? Email your answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com. Again, what fraternal organization was Julian Field a member of? Good luck, and thanks to Joe Jenkins Insurance for the gift card.
Hi, I'm James Sellers, CEO and founder of Sawmore Corporation, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield, your audio newspaper. Let's open up the features section. Angel Biasatti is here to talk about the importance of breast cancer detection in Methodist Mansfield News to Know. Angel?
Breast cancer is one of the most common cancers among women, but when caught early, survival rates are much higher. That's why regular screenings like 3D mammography and in some cases breast MRIs are so important. Mammograms are the gold standard for detecting breast cancer early, often before symptoms appear. A mammogram can spot tiny changes in breast tissue that may be cancer long before a lump can be felt. That early detection gives women and men more treatment options and better outcomes. At Methodist Mansfield, we encourage women to talk with their physician about when to begin regular screenings based on age, family history, and risk factors. Some women have dense breast tissue. This is common, but it can make it harder for mammograms to detect cancer. Think of it like trying to find a snowball in a snowstorm. The dense tissue can hide small tumors. For women with dense breasts, additional screening may be recommended. At Methodist Mansfield, we offer breast MRI exams for women with dense breasts or those at higher risk. MRI uses magnetic imaging to give doctors a clearer, more detailed view of the breast. It doesn't replace a mammogram, but it can be an important tool for catching cancers that might otherwise go undetected. These exams can bring peace of mind and a higher level of reassurance for women who need extra screening. Here's the most important step you can take. Schedule your mammogram. Don't put it off. And if you know you have dense breasts, ask your doctor if an MRI screening might be right for you. Early detection truly saves lives. At Methodist Mansfield, we're committed to providing you with the best care possible. Our state-of-the-art mammography services inside the breast center are designed to make your screening experience as comfortable as possible. We have a compassionate team, along with a breast cancer survivor and nurse navigator, ready to guide you through the process and answer any questions you may have. Don't delay getting your mammogram. It could save your life. This Breast Cancer Awareness Month, let's take action for ourselves, for our sisters, for our mothers, and our daughters. Talk to your doctor, schedule your mammogram, and know your options. Because when it comes to breast cancer, early detection makes all the difference. For a mammogram, call 214-933-7200 today. I'm Angel Biasatti reporting for About Mansfield podcast.
Todd Cleveland offers tips on what to know before buying a new home in the Home Services Advice of the Week. Todd?
This week on Home Services Advice of the Week, I'm here again with Rob Croson, and we're going to talk about buying a new home and what you need to know before you buy that new home. Rob, what's a good thing for our homeowners to check before they buy a new home?
The biggest thing is, I mean, obviously that's a huge investment. That's most of our biggest investment, the place we're going to raise our families, be with our families. Where I would start, honestly, is everybody, when you buy a new house, you're going to get a real estate inspection. There's going to be someone's going to come out and do an inspection. The truth of that is they're not licensed professionals in each one of the trades, right? So I would highly recommend getting a licensed electrician to come out and do an inspection on your panel, your breaker box, check your surge protection, make sure that all your GFI safety devices are working. An actual licensed professional that's trained in that area. Where same thing is, I wouldn't come out and trust myself inspecting plumbing. I would definitely call you to go do that, right? So that would be my biggest piece of advice. Your electrical system is the heartbeat of your house. Nothing's going to work without it. Then you move on and we kind of look at it like your AC system would be like the lungs, right? And then your plumbing.
You know what that is.
Sorry, Todd. We know what part of the body that is. But the truth is, I'm not knocking the real estate inspection, but we do a lot of times we'll go out for realtor friends of ours and go out and do inspections because a licensed professional is very important. That's the reason why they make us get licenses. There's so many things that can get overlooked in a quick one-day inspection. That would be my biggest piece of advice, is get licensed professionals out there to take a second look for you.
I agree. Yeah, licensed professionals are very important. So, you know, I'm a plumber, so there's different plumbing systems in your house. There's older plumbing systems, which would be, you know, cast iron sewer lines or galvanized water lines. When you're buying a house that is built before 1985 and it has cast iron pipe, you need a hydrostatic test. Yes, we will camera the lines and your home inspector may camera the lines, but on cast iron pipe, it's really hard to actually see broken pipe because the cracks in the pipe are black. The cast iron itself is black. You really need a hydrostatic test. I've had customers tell us that their realtor has told them that do not get a hydrostatic test because it causes problem. That's like telling the doctor, well, I can't have my blood pressure taken because it might cause a heart attack. That is not true. So please, if you're going to buy a house, get a hydrostatic test done. We do that here at Mansfield Plumbing. We can come out and do it. It doesn't take very long. We would have to get inside the house, so we'd have to get that coordinated. But if a seller says that they will not allow a hydrostatic test, I'd pass on that house. And everything that Rob said this is important information. This is the biggest investment of your life, most likely. So make it a good investment and get those houses inspected by licensed electrician, HVAC tech, or plumber, just to make sure that your investment is protected. With that said, if you have any more questions on buying a home, just give us a call here at Mansfield Plumbing, Electrical, Heating, and Air.
Call 817-473-8888. Mansfield Plumbing's never second rate.
The Mansfield Business Alliance has recently released their list of 40 under 40. Now, these are 40 people. They're all under the age of 40. And these are executives, they're CEOs, they're entrepreneurs, they are everyday people like you and me. One of them is an attorney, and she is a powerhouse in the courtroom. She's a rising star in the community and an accomplished attorney based right here in Mansfield. She's a partner at the law firm Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott, specializing in government receivables, helping cities and school districts across Texas generate revenue. She's a USC grad with a JD from Thurgood Marshall School of Law. She's not only sharp on the legal front, she's also been named 40 under 40, not only by Mansfield, but also by Arlington. Elena Fernandez, welcome to About Mansfield.
Thank you for having me, Steve. I'm happy to be here.
And congratulations on 40 under, really, Mansfield and Arlington.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What does that mean to you?
You know, when you sit back and you think about it, it really doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't mean much, but, you know, when you go out and you're doing things in the community, you're not thinking about being recognized for it. So for both of the cities that I work and live in or even my community to recognize me, it really is heartfelt.
Nice. Did you have a desire growing up that you were going to be a leader in the community? Did it just kind of fall on your lap? What was the vision when Elena was a young girl?
My mother always said that me and my siblings, we kind of we marched to our own beat or what have you. And I think that being instilled in me when I was younger probably led for things to just fall in my lap. But, when things arise or come up, always being the one that say, okay, let's go get this handled, not sitting back waiting for it to just happen. And I guess because of that, leadership roles have just fallen into place.
Yeah. You had mentioned before we started recording that you're a pit bull with a smile.
I am a pit bull with a smile.
A pit bull with a smile. Now, courtroom attorneys, sometimes they have to be pit bulls.
Yes, and I think most people, when they find out that I am an attorney, they step back and they're like, "You're an attorney?" We never would have thought, because there's so many stereotypes of what people envision an attorney to be, and then they're like, "You don't fit that necessary mold as to being that type of attorney." I'm always smiling. I'm always, I guess, interacting. There's that level of comfort that I invite out of people. And so when they find that out, they're like, "Wait, you do this?" And I say, "Yes, I can be stern, and I am a pit bull with a smile."
Do not cross Elena when she's in court. What accomplishment, not only focusing on your career as an attorney, but through your entire life, one accomplishment that you are most proud about?
I think one of the biggest accomplishments, I would say, is moving away from home. So I'm originally from Los Angeles, California.
I'm a SoCal person too.
Awesome.
44 years in San Diego.
See, and I'm right there, right down the street actually from USC, Southern California. Went to St. Bernard High School in Playa del Rey, so LAX airport. Literally, you could throw a rock and
there you
you're
go.
probably there. So I would say being 18, graduating and saying, "I want to go, I'm leaving." And so I decided to go to Fordham University in New York, which I had never been to New York. And my mom was like, "Wait, you're leaving one coast to go to the other," but having the courage or the gumption to even want to leave. Now, got caught in a blizzard, might have got on too many express trains when I should have been on locals, and realized, okay, I need the sun back. And so I transferred back to USC. But I would say the biggest accomplishment for me is being able to step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Leaving home, leaving the nest, not only once, coming back, and then coming to Texas thereafter. And I've been in the state of Texas since 2008, and I haven't necessarily gone back home, although I visit. But now Texas, right here in Mansfield, is home. So I think biggest accomplishment is leaving the nest, leaving home, and then establishing myself in an area that's kind of foreign, but it's not like I have those anchors to necessarily fall on right here in Texas.
But when you leave the house at 18 years old, like my son did when he went off to college, it forces you to be an adult.
It forces you to grow up.
Yes.
Yep.
It's either fight or flight that when you're 18 years old and you're living in a dorm or an apartment and, hey, rent is due or my laundry's dirty or something's going on.
Well, hey, don't let me get it wrong here. There were many a times where I would be hungry and I'm over here calling back home saying, "Do you think you can order me some Chipotle? I'll go pick it up," and all the things. And there's so many stories that my family will tell you about.
I think my son, when he was going for his master's, he spent Thanksgiving in a laundromat, eating a turkey sandwich.
Hey, times are rough, but look at him now.
Let's go from your biggest accomplishment to your biggest challenge as growing up.
The biggest challenge probably growing up is understanding don't take things personal. You meet people at different times of their life. You might find yourself really good or successful at what you do, establishing certain relationships. But at the end of the day, decisions are going to be made, and don't take it personal, because 95% of the time it's not you, it's the situation and the response to the situation that people are making their responses on. And I'd say that being that I work with government receivables, a lot of governmental entities, a lot of elected officials, understanding that it's not personal, but it's business.
Right.
And not to necessarily mix the two.
Right. That if someone breaches a contract and you have to be the pit bull, it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's yes. Hey, I'm sorry. It's just business.
Yes.
So I know that an attorney doesn't work just 8 to 5. So the question is then work-life balance. Is there a work-life balance in your life?
There is a level of work-life balance, but I will say that I'm always on. I always want to make sure that I'm available to my clients. So if you have me by cell phone, you're going to get some type of response, or at least an acknowledgement that I've seen it, and I'll get to it when I get to it. Now, I have a 4-year-old, so we're heavily involved with all of his activities that I have him attending, whether it's basketball, football, or now even flag football, where I'm present in the moment.
Sure.
But the moment there's an opportunity to go and look at a phone or, forward an email or send something, I do that. It works for me. Sometimes you do have to say, let the battery die, turn off the cell service, and just be completely shut out. I've done that a few times.
Even on vacations?
Yes, but it is difficult.
Yeah.
I had to put an auto reply message. I just went on a Disney cruise. Had to put the auto reply, so the notifications were coming in, but I couldn't respond. I couldn't respond to them.
Was a Disney cruise out of Cape Canaveral?
Yes, it was.
There you go. On the Magic?
Yes, on the Magic.
Wasn't it cool?
It was cool.
Yes.
It was fun. It was definitely a good time.
I'll tell you a good story after when we're done. Let's go back in time.
Okay.
To 10-year-old Elena.
Okay.
If you were to meet face-to-face 10-year-old Elena, what advice would you give her?
Everything is going to be okay. You're not going to win everything. You're not going to pass everything. You're going to fail a few times, but don't be afraid to get up and keep going forward. That would probably be it. Don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Still give it your all. It's not all going to go your way. You're going to fall. You're going to stumble. But just know, don't forget to get back up and keep going.
I have done probably 10 to 15 of these 40 under 40, and that seems to be the main theme. Keep going. Keep looking forward. And yeah.
Don't focus on the past.
So 10-year-old Elena.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes.
All right. Elena, I always like to conclude these interviews with what's called an open mic. If you would like to give a shout out, give a thanks to someone or a group of someone, if you have any words of advice or what have you, the mic is yours. The camera is right there if you want to address them and say hi.
Well, my shout out would be, I want to say thank you to my community, my family, God above, for just in my work community, to just giving me the opportunity to shine in what I'm good at, if you will, allow me to be myself. So thank you all that I've encountered along the way, family, friends, work, my Purdue family, and all the things. I appreciate you all.
Elena Fernandez, 40 under 40. In Arlington and Mansfield.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for being on About Mansfield.
I appreciate you asking me and inviting me here. And I look forward to listening to your podcast.
Shaken or stirred, you know it's going to be good as Brian Certain serves up a drink straight out of your adult trick-or-treat basket in this week's Cocktail of the Week. Brian.
Welcome this week's Cocktail of the Week, part of our ongoing October series, Trick or Treat for Adults, where we turn your favorite childhood candies into grown-up sips that we know how to behave. Well, most of the time. This one's for the bourbon lovers out there who like a little sweet, a little salty, and a whole lot of, why have I not had this one before? So how are we going to make this ingredient? First, 2 ounces of bourbon. Choose one with a bold profile. We're going to need a 1/2 ounce of peanut butter simple syrup, 2 dashes of chocolate bitters, 1 dash of regular Angostura bitters, and then optionally some dark chocolate shavings or maybe a mini Reese's cup for garnish. To make the cocktail, first, how do we make the peanut butter syrup? Combine 2 tablespoons of a creamy peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of hot water, and stir until smooth and then let cool. Can keep in the fridge for about a week. To build the cocktail, we're going to add the bourbon, the peanut butter simple syrup, the chocolate bitters, the Angostura bitters to a mixing glass with ice. Again, this is another stirred cocktail. We're going to stir it for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to strain into a rocks glass over a single large ice cube. Then garnish with dark chocolate shavings, a peanut butter rim, or a classy little Reese's cup on a cocktail pick. The result is smooth, rich, and nuanced, like an old-fashioned that just got back from a weekend at a chocolate spa. A little trivia, peanut butter whiskey, like Screwball, hit the market hard in the late 2010s, attracting bartenders and skeptics alike, and I will include myself originally in the skeptics. But the combination of bourbon and peanut butter isn't new. Distillers have long known that nutty flavors paired naturally with the vanilla and the caramel notes of a good whiskey. The cocktail isn't a novelty, it's a nod to great balance. The bitters add depth, the syrup adds warmth, and the bourbon, well, that keeps us grounded. But as always, I'd love to hear your take and your input. You can reach me at brian@bourbongospel.com. And until next week, as Mark Twain said, too much of anything is bad, but too much whiskey is barely enough. Reporting for the About Mansfield podcast, I'm Brian Certain.
We're back in 60 seconds with Steve's interview with Legacy High softball phenom Hope Gaudio.
Imagine a city where innovation knows no bounds, where dreams take flight, and the future unfolds before your very eyes. Welcome to Mansfield, a beacon of growth and a testament to vision. In the heart of Mansfield, a remarkable transformation is underway. But it's not just about the physical landscape. It's about the spirit that drives us forward. A spirit of collaboration that bridges cultures, a spirit of entrepreneurship that fuels prosperity, and a spirit of community that binds us as one. Mansfield is more than just a place. It's a canvas where diversity paints the picture of progress. From art festivals that ignite creativity to tech hubs that redefine boundaries, this city celebrates every voice, every passion. Mansfield, where growth knows no limits and the vision is limitless. Brought to you by the unstoppable spirit of the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation.
Hi, I'm Megan Sutton, owner of Shane Boy's Craft Hawaiian Grinds, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to another segment of About Mansfield. I'm Steve Casillo as we make the transition from news to talk. And a few weeks ago during our sportscast, you may have heard the name Hope Gaudio. In fact, let me tell you, I'm just going to read the first couple of paragraphs of the sports story because it's still relevant to today and this interview. It reads, regular listeners to this podcast over the past couple of years may recognize the name Hope Gaudio, local softball phenom who plays for the Legacy High School Broncos. Now get this, Gaudio, who goes by the name of Lily, led the 2025 Broncos in batting average, on base percentage, hits, triples, home runs, stolen bases, runs scored, RBIs, and slugging percentage, all while maintaining a 4.5 grade point average. Hope Gaudio, welcome to About Mansfield.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's great.
It's going great?
Mm-hmm.
4.5 average?
Mm-hmm.
When I was your age, back in the day, we could only go to 4.0. That was like the best you could do is 4.0. How does one get a 4.5 grade point average?
Taking advanced classes and AP classes. I've taken AP and advanced in every subject that I could. And if you take AP, you get a 1.1 multiplier of your grade towards the GPA. And if you take AP, it's plus 10 of your grade to the GPA.
That sounds like math, and I'm not very good at math.
So
and just throwing the word multiplier in there just made me go, Ew.
So normally, like, the highest grade you would get is 100, but if you take AP, it would be 110. So your GPA could go up to a 5.
You could get a 5.0.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're heading into you're in your senior year.
Junior year.
You're in your junior year, and you've already committed to a college, which we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
Okay. Is there the possibility that when you are a senior, is it possible you could be the valedictorian?
No.
No. So someone else is scoring higher than a 4.5?
Yes. A lot of people. About 40 people ahead of me.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite subject?
Math.
See, that's where you knew multipliers and all
Yes.
this. Okay, gotcha. So you, as a sophomore, did all of those home runs and singles and RBIs and the things that I've mentioned, which is amazing because you still have juniors and seniors above you, and you outscored them, you statted them, if you will.
Yes, it was difficult, but I worked really hard, and my coach really helped me to get there.
If I recall, your batting average was something like
690.
690. Okay, let's round that up because you're a mathematician. Let's round that up to 700. That's unheard of, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Very rare.
At what age did you feel or did you know that softball was going to be your thing?
Like around 10. Before I was just playing because I was having fun, but when I was 10, I was like, I actually like this. I think I could be really good at it.
Yeah. Where did you first start playing softball?
Arlington. It was the rec league, I think.
Yeah.
AGSA is what it's called.
And then from there you progressed to
And then I went
here
on
in Mansfield and
No, I joined a little like travel team. It was like a local travel team called Showtime. And then we moved to Mansfield and I went on to another team named Savage. And then we changed names and a lot of us went to Vision and then went on from there to a few other organizations.
Were you batting 700 when you were younger?
Oh, no.
No. How do you get to that point? Aside from the old adage of how do you get to Carnegie Hall is practice, practice, practice. How do you bat 700?
It's a lot of just contact. I only struck out twice, and I made contact a lot. My OBP, my on-base percentage, was only like 30 points ahead of my average, so I didn't get walked very much. And I just hit the ball a lot, and when you put the ball in play, you put pressure on the defense, and it's hard to get out every time.
Yeah. So far, because you've only played 2 seasons for Legacy, what do you feel was your proudest moment as a Bronco?
Last season in playoffs, South Lake Carroll game. It was our first game. We were winning like 10-2, I think. And I hit a home run, and I broke the home run record. I think that was my proudest moment.
What was the record prior to that?
15.
And so you had hit your 16th home run of the season?
Yes.
Which broke the school record?
Yes.
How many records have you broken since, not just home run, but how many school records have you set?
I think 5. Yes.
5, and you're a junior. And you still haven't even started your junior season yet, which starts, in the spring?
February.
In February. That's amazing. As you've got this big smile on your face. And your mom's sitting here. She must be pretty proud of you.
Yes.
You reached out to me and you had mentioned something about, thank you for staying on top of, in keeping in touch with what you're doing and that you committed to a college. Where are you going?
Louisiana State University.
Louisiana State University, LSU, in Baton Rouge.
Yes.
Ever been there?
Yes.
What do you think of Baton Rouge?
I love Baton Rouge. The people there are amazing. The food's amazing. Yeah.
Ever been to a crawfish boil?
Not there.
No. But you will, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I love seafood.
All right. Now, so you're going from a Bronco to a Tiger. You couldn't find a college of Broncos?
No.
No? Boise State University, the Broncos?
No.
No? Santa Clara University out there in California? Is it Broncos?
I have no clue.
Yeah. Cal Poly Pomona. Anyway, no, I kid, because LSU is a great school, and if I recall, ranked 19th in the country in softball.
Yes.
So why did you choose LSU?
The coaches are amazing. They have very personal connections with the people that they recruit, and the school, they really care about their student athletes a lot. They just give them all the opportunities they can have, and their alumni is super supportive and very involved in their student athletes and even the college itself.
And usually sometimes people choose a college because they gave you the best offer.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no?
That's not how I went through my recruiting process.
Okay. I see that in high school, going into college, especially in football, I see what's called an NIL.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an NIL?
No, not yet.
Not yet. But a good season, a good junior season, you may have an NIL or
I don't know.
Name, image, and likeness. And when you've got all three,
Mm-hmm.
all three of them carry a certain amount of dollar signs.
Yes.
Yeah. You play several positions on the field.
Yes.
What's your favorite position?
Definitely outfield, probably left field or center field.
Why?
I have a very strong arm, and I like to throw people out from out there.
No modesty there, which is great. It's great. How many times have you thrown people out?
Oh, a lot. More than I can count.
So fly ball to left, and you're throwing people out at the plate?
Yes.
Nice. How difficult is it? Because we talked before we started recording, and you know that I played baseball as a kid. A baseball obviously is a little smaller
Mm-hmm.
than a softball. Is it harder to throw a softball?
Honestly, I think it's easier. It's easier to control. I've thrown with baseballs. That's like part of like my warm up when I throw is throwing with the baseball. But I think it's easier to control because I can use my entire hand and not just two fingers because I have a small hand.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's heavier, I think I can throw it better than I can a baseball. But I've also been throwing with it since I was 4.
Let's talk about academics. So with this 4.5 grade point average, what are you looking to do after college?
I want to be a math major, and I want to eventually have an accounting job and be a CPA. But I don't know, it might change in college.
A lot changes in college. They say that's where you go find yourself.
Yes.
And were you always a math? Is it okay if I call you a math nerd?
Sure.
Okay, good. Let's go all the way back to elementary school. Were you excelled in math, and then also middle school and on up?
Yes, I've always done great in math. And
any other classes that you go, you know what, I like math, but this is also very cool?
No.
Just math?
Yes.
Okay. With a 4.5 grade point average, I would assume it takes a great deal of time in terms of homework. And so how do you balance softball and a 4.5 grade point average?
I get a lot of homework, but I mostly do it in school. We have a class called advisory. It's an extra like 30 minutes.
Sure.
And so that's when I do my homework, or I'll do it when we have study hall in softball. And then if I have extra, I'll do it at home, like right before I go to sleep. Because anywhere between there, I'm either doing softball, or right now is homecoming season. So me and my mom have been making homecoming mums. So
nice.
I try to get my homework done before I get out of school.
Okay. We're going back to softball again. Is there a life of softball after college?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say I'm not aware of professional softball or what's. Tell me about life after college involving softball.
There's 2 different ones. They're kind of like linked together, but not really. You can go the Athletes Unlimited, and that's like 4 different teams, and the team names are like the captain of the team, and it's by like points, and you get paid by how many points you get. Mm-hmm. And then there's the AUSL, and that there's 4 teams also, but they actually have names. They're like the Bandits, like the Blazers. I can't tell you the other names.
Okay.
But you can get like drafted, quote unquote, drafted into it. Last year, there was like 10 or 12 girls from college that went into it. And it's also the same thing where you get points and you get paid by the points and the teams. And that's all I know.
Isn't there softball also in the Olympics?
Yes.
Do you see yourself being on Team USA?
I don't know. It depends. Like,
On?
If I go to college and if I choose like, oh, I want to keep playing softball, or like if I don't, then, or if I get hurt.
There is that. Can't get hurt being a CPA.
No.
What do you look forward most at LSU besides the crawfish boils?
Being with the team for sure. Their culture is like, they're just like, they make everybody feel at home and they don't like exclude anybody. Everybody's like, they're like an actual team and they're super nice to everybody. That's what I'm super excited for.
And a team is a family.
Yes.
As a junior, you've got incoming freshmen and then returning sophomores on the team. Are you taking on a leadership role with the Broncos that you helping them out as they're helping them grow?
Yes. For the people in my position, or even like the people that aren't in my position, if I see them like struggling with something, I'll help them. And we've also started this new thing this year where we're doing mentoring. So I have a little, and she's a freshman, and each 6 weeks we're going to get a new one. And outside of school, like we're going to go hang out and like just like so they're more comfortable with the team and so they don't feel left out.
So you have a little right now.
Yes.
She is a freshman. You're hanging out, going to the soda shop and getting a malt, but she's also on the team.
Yes.
And what position does she play?
She plays second base and outfield.
And so are you out there practicing with her as well? Or?
Yes.
Yeah. Because she's the next Lily Gaudio.
She could be.
She could be. You want to give a shout out to her?
Lena Spees.
Lena. Shout out to Lena. Looking ahead, I mean, you still have a year and a half of school to go. What do you want to be remembered most for at Legacy High School?
I just want to be remembered as like a great person. Like I wasn't ever rude to anybody, or like they don't remember me as like, oh, she's a mean girl. Like I want to be known as like, if someone says my name, like, oh, she was super nice to me. She's like a really good person.
You're not insinuating that there are mean girls on campus, are there?
No.
No. I mean, every high school has, they're just full of nice girls.
Yeah.
That whole Tina Fey thing of mean girls was just a story, right?
It was.
LSU, are you looking forward to living away from home?
Yes. Whenever I was choosing a college, I wanted to go somewhere outside of Texas. And then when LSU became like one of my top schools, my mom was like, oh, I think I'm going to move there if you go there, because that's where my mom's job's based out of. So I won't be very far from home anymore.
Mom's moving to Baton Rouge as well.
Somewhere around there.
What were some of the other colleges you were considering?
Florida, the Gators, and Texas Tech. Those are my top three.
What's the future look like for Lily Gaudio? 5 years from now, you're just out of college. Or you could be a senior in college. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
10 years?
Yeah.
Living either in Louisiana or Texas, because I want to be somewhere south, in a house or an apartment, saving up for a house, working every day, 9 to 5, making that money so I can be rich, and then maybe having a kid.
And married.
And married.
I just thought I'd throw that in there too. Those are good goals. Making money, starting a family, owning a home is good, is commendable. She's shaking her head, yeah.
Yes.
Lily Gaudio, what's your favorite ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
Is there a particular brand, or you just you go to the local CVS and buy a generic brand? Or?
Blue Bell is my favorite.
Blue Bell cookies and cream.
Yes.
Everyone who sits in that chair, they're very simple this or that questions.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Starts out very simple. Day or night?
Night.
Straight A's or perfect batting average?
Straight A's.
Save or spend?
Ooh, spend.
Morning practice or late night study?
Morning practice.
Singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Sliding into home or diving catch?
Sliding into home.
Lions, tigers, or bears?
Tigers.
Because you're going to LSU.
Yes.
I was waiting for her to say, oh my. Fastball or changeup?
Fastball.
Circles or squares?
Circles.
See, that was a math question. Turf or dirt?
Turf.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Last question. Batting gloves or bare hands?
Batting gloves.
Do you wear batting gloves?
Yes.
Yeah? Does that help?
Bruce Bolts.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're just like a popular brand of gloves.
Those are like the best.
Personally, for me, yes.
Why do you wear batting gloves?
I get really bad calluses on my hands, and it like helps reduce those. Keeps my hands smooth.
Don't they also reduce vibration in the bat?
Yes. It depends on what kind of bat you use, though.
Because on a really cold day, when you hit a foul ball.
Oh my gosh, those are the worst.
Yeah.
Especially on the handle.
That's it. Hope Lily Gaudio, I usually like to conclude my interviews with an open microphone. If there's anybody you want to shout out, anybody you want to thank, anything, any words of wisdom, anybody that, or anything that you want to say, the microphone is yours.
Okay. I'd like to thank all the coaches that have helped me through my recruiting process and to get me where I'm at now, and all the teachers for being there for me when I struggle in my classes and really teaching me life, not just academically. That's it.
Not your parents.
Oh my gosh, yes. And my parents, they're literally the best things that have ever happened to me. They're so nice and so supportive, and they're my number one supporters.
You were already into your junior year. Your junior season is coming up starting in February.
Yes.
As you know, we keep tabs on what's going on in softball here on the podcast. And so we will be looking at the Broncos batting average, on-base percentage, hits, triples, home runs, stolen bases, runs scored, RBIs, slugging percentage. And so we're going to keep an eye on you. And you're going to hear your name. If keep your numbers up, you're going to hear your name on the podcast.
Okay.
Many times. Appreciate you being on About Mansfield. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up next week on About Mansfield, we will talk in studio with the voice of Newsom Stadium, Stu Stewart. He's a hoot. You got to check him out. In the meantime, this is the place where you will hear the latest Mansfield news, talk, and information. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, engage, connect, amplify, elevate, celebrate, embrace, explore, share, love, or support this podcast if you haven't already, so you never miss an episode. It's free and it's easy. Head on over to our website, aboutmansfield.com. We will never, ever, ever send you any spam. That is my promise to you.
About Mansfield is recorded at Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio. Hosts Steve Casillo and Colleen Daniel. Moment with the Mayor feature Michael Evans. Methodist Mansfield News to Know Angel Biasatti. Home Services Advice of the Week Todd Cleveland. Cultural Arts Calendar Tim Roberts. Cocktail of the Week Brian Certain. Post-production, editing, mixing, and mastering, Steve Casillo and Andrew Miner.
This podcast is copyrighted by Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this podcast without prior written consent is strictly prohibited. We thank y'all for listening on behalf of the entire news team. I'm Steve Casillo, and this is About Mansfield.